So we're here at Stanage today, myself and Josh, and we are trying this boulder problem called the Hippo. I think, is it 7A or 7A plus?
7A plus?
7. We're going to give it 7A plus.
Feels like a plus.
So we've both actually been on this problem before, haven't we? But not managed to do the whole thing. Josh didn't know where it started and I just wasn't good enough.
So I did it like three, maybe 4 years ago, and I was like, yeah, that's quite easy for 7A plus, but I've learned today that I started like 2 moves in, and so I've definitely not done this boulder before. So this is the lovely bunched up sit start for anyone that has a bit more leg. So you're starting on here and on here, and then you have a nice selection of where you want to place your heel. Turns out, and this came from Sam behind the camera today, the toe hook is my method. And Maddy places the heel actually much closer to here, so she has the reach from these moves out to the compression underneath the boulder. So for me, the hardest bit is this flick over to this little slopey, draggy pinching. And then we have to do a bit of an awkward move to flick out to compression underneath the boulder. And that's hard because you're not really pushing on anything. You just have to like get a little bit of throw from the shoulders and the hips.
So after that kind of off balance start, which Josh finds hard because it's got a lot more leg to fit in, you get into the compression and it's nice, you feel more solid, you know, you can get your big muscle groups involved, but this also means you're like on that timer for like powering out as you slap up. And one thing I always think with this sort of boulder is that because there's so many options of like which hand you could slap with, which heel you could use, which side, I really have to try and make myself remember what I want to do and kind of commit to that. When you get up to sort of this point here, you start to get a bit narrower, which becomes a less comfortable position. Compression is nice kind of out here, and you just have to make quite a big move, quite a committing move as well. You don't want to end up down there. Using a left heel that you really have to cam in. So this is the move I keep falling off. I'm not quite getting that distance, and I don't know whether I'll get it today. Gone for a little bit of skin, but this is where like being smart in working it so that you have enough energy to do the top would be good. Whether I've done that or not, I'm not sure.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah,
Come on.
come on, I got you.
Yes, Maddy, come on. Go.
I didn't quite get enough over that. Wounder. Oh no.
Come on.
Come on.
Go on, Josh. Come on.
I've got you.
Come on.
Got you. Nice work. Good effort.
Okay. That's good.
Super. So we've finished on the Hippo now. Muscles are tired, skin is sore. So we're actually gonna head up and try some of these slabs, which are just up behind this boulder. Change in style, and it's a style of climbing that the Gritstone is really good for. So hopefully a bit more trust in the feet now, a bit less skin required. So this one's called Sithee Direct, and you kind of start in a good break. So this is like quite typical of Gritstone. You kind of like flipping it to an undercut, and then as quite like a technical move to press up to a pocket. But me and Josh once again did it quite differently, and he kind of like extended and popped the pocket, whereas I kind of rocked it out in a more static way.
In a stronger way.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but
Wait, mic me up. I need some rebuttal here.
there you go.
There's a pocket down and right.
Then we moved on to this one, Torture Garden, and it's one of those typical, really unassuming looking grip problems where you think, surely you just get to that pocket and then it'll be easy.
There's but one hold on it, one really big hold, and I managed to make the move to it, and then Maddy managed to make the move off of it. So
yeah.
Together we've made a team ascent, but actually none of us have sent it.
Yeah. You can reach it!
Is it good as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's not like a complete jug, but...
He's arrived! Out of the office, into the sun.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So now we're going to move on to D.I.Y. So you know when you move on to the
I'm
problem...
actually going to call it.
You're going to call
skin's
it. I'm going to move on to
crushed.
D.I.Y.
Maddy's going to move on to
It's
D.I.Y.
a slab, it looks like you barely need your skin. Hopefully. But the name of this sector is actually also D.I.Y, so you're usually in for a good problem.
It's the classic of the crag.
Yeah, it's the classic of the crag. Again, a little bit high, but it looks great. Teching up this groove. Lovely. On jugs, that is not a great hold.
That's the problem with having a really good girlfriend, is you have to, you have to follow up everything.
Lovely.
Cool, so that's our session done for today. I think it's been really good. It's always fun to get out with someone that climbs a bit differently to you as well. It's always interesting.
Yeah,
At least you get the team sends.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, you learn so much. So, like when people have such different methods around solving the same problem, like you learn so much more about that movement. Even if you learn like what doesn't work for you, that's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Gritstone's a really good rock type for... I always feel quite satisfied with my session, even if I've not ticked problems. Even just like working out any movement can be really good fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right, see you next time.